Yo, what's good, everyone? It's your boy GD, the sports actor, and we are back. Just want to say Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, all that. Last video that I was able to make was last year, but we are back for 2026. I've been on the TikTok doing a couple lives out there, and the crowd has been great. The chat has been lit. But we got some really exciting news coming with the New York Giants, and I definitely have to give my 2 cents in. As you well know, John Harbaugh was let go from the Baltimore Ravens, and today was his visit with the New York Giants. And I'm going to say that I'm glad that the New York Giants went first. There's a few teams that the John Harbaugh has a chance to interview with. Some teams have already been written off. He's only going to be going to about maybe 3-4 teams max. And right now it just seems like 3 teams he's really interested in. That is the New York Giants, the Tennessee Titans, as well as the Atlanta Falcons. Now, I briefly just want to touch on, through that list where I see the New York Giants sitting. And I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. The New York Giants are probably at first when it comes to being able to acquire John Harbaugh to be the head coach. Now, I know there's some things that he wants, $20 million guaranteed for his next position. He also wants roster control for his next position as well. And he's going to get it. The guy coming 18 years, coming from the Baltimore Ravens, won a Super Bowl in that 2012-2013 season, also was named the AP Coach of the Year in 2019. He comes with the resume. And the minute that he was let go, I believe it only took 45 minutes before 7 teams went out of their way to make that phone call to his agent and said, hey, we want your guy. And I get it. John Harbaugh is a program builder. John Harbaugh is a leader of men. And I believe that is exactly not only what the Giants need, but that is exactly what the Giants have requested. Darius Slayton himself, said that he wants someone Tom Coughlin-esque. And if you know anything about Tom Coughlin does not play around. That's why the New York Giants won 2 Super Bowls under his tenure. Tom Coughlin used to charge wide receivers $500 per dropped ball during a game. We need to start bringing that energy back. You drop the ball, you pay $500. Where does that money go? Don't worry about it. Just cough it up. That's exactly what we need. That is the accountability that we need. If we're looking at John Harbaugh, I believe he's won over 180 games in the NFL, something around that number, 180, 83. The Baltimore franchise has won 10 or more games 11 times in 18 seasons and finished below 500 just 3 times. This guy would completely reshape the identity and bring us back to franchise glory. I do believe that, and I believe that could happen within the first year, that the New York Giants would become relevant again and we would be back into the playoffs. Now, if you're looking at the other 2 teams that are looking at John Harbaugh, you have the Tennessee Titans, as I said before, and the Atlanta Falcons. Let's break this down a little bit, because in my TikTok on live, there are quite a few Titan individuals who really want him. They think that they're going to get him. The New York Giants are the only team that John Harbaugh has visited, that he went to go visit their facility. And we brought out all the stops on this one. Tom Coughlin gave a phone call. Eli Manning gave a phone call. Chris Mara is out there doing lunches with him and went to Baltimore to go have lunch at his house before this formal meeting. You had Brian Daboll, the head coach that we let go, give a phone call. Everybody is working together to make sure that he knows that we want him. Everyone is coming together to make sure that he knows what type of franchise the New York Giants really are. And I commend every single one of those people. I commend Brian Daboll. I commend Tom Coughlin, Eli Manning. Just top tier recruiting coming from all of these individuals that really want the coach to know that we want you. Okay? And when it comes down to it, he came in. Steve Tisch, co-owner of the New York Giants, sends out the PJ. He said, whoa, John, put your money back in your pocket, bud. All right, you don't got to buy a plane ticket. I'm going to send the PJ to come pick you up. And don't worry, we're going to drop you off when we're good and ready. I mean, I wouldn't have dropped him off. I would have kept him in New York. He would have had to sleep at the facility if it was me. But the guy has to go home. He has a family to go to. But we brought out the PJ. We brought out all the stops to let him know that we want you. It was said that he was at the New York Giants facility all day into the late evening. It was said that even when he was getting ready to head back, that the New York Giants were still in conversations. Now, I know we wished that we had him sign his name on the dotted line, that we were able to, acquire him today. But I don't think that we're out of the race. I don't think that we're out of the race by a long shot. I mean, he has to do his due diligence. I mean, he was just with the team for 18 years, almost 2 decades of his career. You don't think he's going to shop around a little bit? Why not? But I believe from reports that the New York Giants are the only team where he went to actually physically go visit their facility. Tennessee Titans, phone call. Or I believe they're going to his house. Okay? Hey, you want to come out to Tennessee? Come see our facility? Come check us out? Nah, it's cool, man. Let's get on a FaceTime. Yeah, can you turn the camera so I can see what? Oh, okay. The only reason this man will be going to Tennessee, and Titan fans, I know this is going to be a little bit disappointing for you, but the only reason that he's going to make that trip to Tennessee is for barbecue. The only reason he's going to be going to Tennessee is to maybe listen to a country concert in Nashville before he flies to New York. The only reason he's going to be in Tennessee is to try a little bit of moonshine, but don't expect him to come to the facility. All right? On the phone. And I'm pretty excited about that fact. Now, if you look at the Tennessee Titans, yes, they do have Kim Ward, who played decent this year. He's a good quarterback. I'm not going to say that he's a bad quarterback. I don't think that he's bad by any means. He's a good young quarterback and He did what he was able to do with the team that was surrounding him. But that is the problem with the Tennessee Titans. Yes, they do have a high draft pick. Yes, they do have a lot of capital to go spend on free agents, to go spend on, just being able to acquire the pieces that they need to acquire. But one thing about the Tennessee Titans is that their roster sucks. Okay? And that's one thing that we need to focus on. Their roster isn't that great on both sides of the ball, the defense and the offense. They have Kim Ward. Cool. Do you think a 65-year-old John Harbaugh wants to come and work on a project that massive? Sure, he'll be able to save some taxes, living in Tennessee. He'll be able to save some money on taxes rather than living in New York. But come on now. This man is definitely going to the Hall of Fame. And if you ask me, the cherry on top, extra whipped cream, 2 cherries, whatever flavors you want, that's going to come from playing with New York. If you're talking about you want to solidify your legacy, why not do it on the biggest market in the world, in New York? To where you can say, yes, I left the Ravens. I won a Super Bowl with them. I did well with them. I went over to the New York Giants and I brought them to relevancy. I brought them to the playoffs. I won a Super Bowl with the New York Giants, because that is very well possible. The New York Giants should have been a lot farther than they were this past season. The New York Giants, in my eyes, should have been in the playoff picture. It should have been a wild card team, if that. Our record definitely did not reflect the talent that is on this team. We have a good roster, and we're going to get to that. Now, we broke down the Tennessee Titans, their pros being Cam Ward, their cons, everything else, and the other team that I had mentioned, the Atlanta Falcons. An easier division, so he would be able to win the division over there most likely. I believe whoever won the division over there was able to win with an 8-9 record, an easier division. You have a Atlanta Falcons team that they have some pieces. They are very similar to the New York Giants in the sense where they do have some pieces. They have draft picks, and they have some money to throw around. You got Bijan Robinson over there. You have Kyle Pitts. You have a good defense. You have Drake London. Mooney is trash. He's probably not going to be there. But at the end of the day, do they have a quarterback? No. Michael Penix is coming off of an Achilles injury, and we don't even know if he's going to be able to start. And who do you have starting right behind him? Kirk Cousins. That's not enough. If you're trying to bring me and convince me that this team is ready to go to the playoffs next year and make a push towards the Super Bowl, that's not enough. Those pieces aren't enough to win without a quarterback. You know who does have a quarterback? The New York Giants. The New York Giants have a quarterback. His name is Jackson Dart. Probably going to be Offensive Rookie of the Year and very well deserved. Incredible season. Incredible season for a rookie. Now, John Harbaugh spent the weekend looking over tape. He looked over tape. He saw the way that Jackson played. He dived deeply into Jackson Dart's play. He dived deeply into Cam Ward's play. Saw a lot of things that he liked. He likes Jackson Dart a lot. And it was a great thing that Jackson Dart was at the meeting today. I'm glad that they brought him in because Joe Schoen, during his press conference at the end of the season, one of the reporters had asked him if Jackson would have any say into, the next coach. And he almost shrugged it off as in, Jackson, he's a rookie, his first year into. Joe Schoen, shut up. Just shut up. The only reason that the New York Giants are even getting an opportunity, a chance to get some of these coaches and that people want to come to New York is because of Jackson Dart. Thank you, Brian Daboll. Thank you, Joe Schoen, for making it happen. But you did it to please Brian Daboll, who saw the vision. He saw the vision. Now let's go through the New York Giants roster and what they have to offer. Jackson Dart, Malik Neighbors, Cam Scatterboo, Tyrone Tracy, Wan'Dale Robinson, who I do believe will return. We have a fifth pick in the draft. Hopefully we can go get Cornell Tate, Jordan Tyson, or maybe we'll get Caleb Downs. Those would be my first three that I would like to see the New York Giants get at that 5 pick. Those would probably be the guys that we should most hyper focus on. The New York Giants have draft capital. We have money to spend. And then we have a defense. Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns. We have Abdul Carter, amongst many others who might return. Micah McFadden. Not too sure about Bobby Okereke's situation. But the New York Giants right now look like the best option. The most ready roster compared to the Titans and the Atlanta Falcons. So if you're asking me, I see an easy choice. This choice isn't really difficult at all. Now, we're going to see what's going to happen after this meeting that he just had. He still has to do his due diligence. But just like my man, what's his name, from the Seahawks, Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I don't get fined. I'm just here so I don't get fined. I'm just taking these meetings to do my due diligence, to play the game, to entertain some of these other teams. But I believe his decision is made up. I believe that the New York Giants put all the works, threw the gold out, threw the red carpet on the ground, and definitely showed as to why he should come coach in New York. And I'm all behind it. Do everything that you can to sign this man. Tell him that the PJ needs maintenance just for the night. Put him up in a nice hotel. Do what you got to do. But I definitely see the New York Giants over the weekend possibly, maybe by Monday, maybe by tomorrow. I think we'll have a decision on where exactly John Harbaugh is going to go. So I just wanted to touch on that. I'll be following this closely. Ian O'Connor is someone that I'm going to be following closely. Fireside Giants, another great YouTube channel. If you want to keep up on the New York Giants, I'll be following them closely. There's quite a few people who are definitely waiting for any type of news. I am scoring the internet. I am searching far and wide to see about any type of news at any time it drops, because I want to be one of the first to know. So just want to put that information out there. Just want to give my 2 cents in the whole situation. And it's a new year. It's a new year. Looks great for the New York Giants. And I see hope on the horizon. And now if you were to ask me about my dream setup, I had mentioned this on my TikTok. My dream setup would be to get John Harbaugh as the head coach, Mike McDaniel as the OC, and then, Brian Flores would be great as the defensive coordinator, of course. But hey, why not go get Antonio Pierce? Why not go get the former Giant to run that defense? The New York Giants are about to put a lot of teams on the map, and certain teams need to be scared. The NFC East is wide open. The Eagles showed us that they need work. I don't know what's going on with the Eagles, but they don't look like the Eagles. They look like they fell off. They won a Super Bowl. They got that hype out of them. Good riddance. A.J. Brown is gone. Maybe we'll acquire him. Maybe we'll give up Kadarius. I almost said Kadarius Toney. Oh my gosh. Maybe we'll give up. I don't know why I'm missing his name right now. Hold on. One second. Kayvon Thibodeau. Maybe we can give Kayvon Thibodeau, Darius Slayton, and some picks. But from the way that the roster is constructed right now, the New York Giants are looking dangerous. We're looking like the Bears right now, who are making a nice run in the playoffs. The Patriots right now, who are making a nice playoffs. Both teams will be out before you know it. I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl. I do think we will probably see the Rams. The Seahawks are looking good. And third, if I had to make a pick, the Broncos. The Broncos they're doing their thing. But one of those 3 teams, I believe, will be teams that we see in the Super Bowl. But as far as the Eagles and the Bears and the Patriots, they've improved. And I think that's exactly what is going to happen with the New York Giants once we find a commander. Once we find a leader. Once we find our head coach. And we're all hoping that is John Harbaugh. I believe about 98% of the New York Giants fan base, Big Blue, I believe 98% would agree that John Harbaugh needs to be the next head coach for the New York Giants. So that's all I got for you guys today. Like I said, tune in. We're going to have other episodes as well. We're going to have more updates. But appreciate you guys. And let's go Blue. Sorry. Let's go Blue. Peace.